This is the brutal reality of the modern sensor-saturated battlefield, where a $500 commercial drone can instantly disable a multi-million-dollar main battle tank wrapped in state-of-the-art classified armor. Across the front line in Ukraine, elite crews in heavy Western tanks are discovering that traditional armor doctrines are being completely shattered in real time. Entering combat with a towering turret means stepping into a high-tech death trap, as modern loitering munitions easily target the thin roof armor and vulnerable turret rings. This unprecedented crisis has left global military strategists in a state of absolute panic, realizing that the conventional crown jewels of mechanized warfare are suddenly defenseless against low-cost aerial threats. Yet, as defense ministries scramble to invent new countermeasures, the ultimate solution has been staring them in the face from 80 years ago. A radical World War II blueprint from Sweden, a machine once laughed at by Western generals as a technical absurdity, predicted this exact battlefield reality with chilling precision. This forgotten pioneer is the Pansarvarnskanonvagn M43, the structural and tactical ancestor that laid the foundation for Sweden's famous turretless Stridsvagn 103. By eliminating the rotating turret to carry a massive cannon on a lightweight chassis, Swedish engineers achieved an incredibly low silhouette, creating an almost invisible wedge that could disappear into natural terrain. Before we go on, do you believe the era of traditional heavy tanks is officially over, or can they adapt to survive this technological revolution? Please subscribe to the channel and tell me where you're watching from. To understand how this radical machine came to defy conventional wisdom, we must travel back to the late 1930s. Small neutral Sweden found itself in an incredibly precarious strategic position, directly facing the massive armored divisions of the Soviet Union. The Swedish Ministry of War knew it could never match the Soviet army in sheer numbers, so it desperately needed a defense strategy based on asymmetric warfare. However, the existing Swedish fleet of Stridsvagn M42 tanks, which carried short 75mm guns, was hopelessly ill-suited to pierce the thick frontal armor of emerging foreign heavy tanks. The military establishment desperately required a higher velocity weapon, but faced a severe physical limitation. The lightweight 10-ton chassis could not support a massive, high-velocity gun if it was mounted inside a traditional rotating turret. The extra weight would cause the suspension to collapse. It was at this critical juncture that Swedish engineers made a radical choice to eliminate the turret entirely. By fixing a long 75mm anti-tank cannon directly inside a rigid, low-profile superstructure, they created the Pansarvarnskanonvagn M43. But this extreme design choice immediately triggered a severe mechanical flaw that foreign specialists marked as a technical failure. Because the heavy cannon and extra armor plates were concentrated entirely at the front, the vehicle became dangerously nose-heavy. This imbalance caused extreme wear and tear on the front track assembly, threatening to immobilize the vehicle during deep subarctic winter maneuvers. Yet, what Western critics labeled a fatal engineering blunder actually became the exact genetic code for Sweden's future armor dominance. Decades later, a brilliant engineer named Sven Berge analyzed this specific nose-heavy issue. He realized that if the gun was already fixed to the hull, the vehicle did not need to be flexible. Instead of fighting the weight, engineers could use a revolutionary hydropneumatic suspension system to rock the entire vehicle up and down for vertical targeting, while turning the tracks for horizontal aiming. The mechanical struggles of the 1940s directly birthed the flawless, automated aiming logic of the iconic Stridsvagn 103. Beyond its low profile, the true genius of the Pansarvarnskanonvagn M43 lay in its hidden engineering blind spots, which provided radical solutions to battlefield survival. To solve the problem of fighting while being outflanked due to the lack of a rotating turret, Swedish engineers implemented a highly unusual crew configuration. The vehicle accommodated 4 personnel, but during early tactical evaluations, they experimented with a dedicated reverse driver setup. This meant that if the vehicle was ambushed or swarmed by flanking threats, a crew member could instantly help navigate the vehicle backward at maximum speed while keeping its thickest frontal armor directed toward the enemy. This exact concept of a high-speed reverse capability directly inspired the famous dual driver system seen in modern Swedish armor designs. Furthermore, the defensive geometry of this wartime machine was enhanced in the 1950s. As the Cold War intensified and the threat of nuclear overpressure and airborne artillery fragments became a reality, Sweden recalled these vehicles to install a fully enclosed armored roof. By mastering these hidden technological innovations, Sweden successfully proved that mechanical ingenuity could overcome massive numerical superiorities. The vehicle operated with incredible reliability, remaining in active service for exactly 30 years until its retirement in 1973. During 3 decades of duty, it proved that a low silhouette, a high rate of fire, and the ability to disappear into natural terrain granted a decisive tactical advantage. While technological advancements eventually led to its replacement by the automated Stridsvagn 103, the core philosophy of this northern masterpiece has officially risen from the ashes today, as global defense ministries witness multi-million-dollar heavy tanks falling victim to cheap drone swarms. The ultimate lesson of the Pansarvarnskanonvagn M43 is that survival on the modern battlefield does not belong to the vehicle with the thickest steel, but to the machine that can intelligently disappear into the natural landscape. As global military planners reshape their armored doctrines for the future, this forgotten pioneer stands as a timeless testament to human ingenuity. Modern combat vehicle 90 variants now feature low-profile unmanned turrets, and next-generation main battle tank designs are moving the entire human crew deep inside the hull for safety. This shift represents a direct validation of the radical geometric choices made by Swedish engineers 80 years ago. By proving that a rotating turret is a tactical choice rather than an absolute law of warfare, Sweden successfully maintained its sovereignty and neutrality throughout the darkest decades of the 20th century. Today, as defense ministries witness the brutal reality of multi-million-dollar machines falling defenseless before low-cost aerial threats, the entire world is realizing that towering heavily armored turrets may finally be drawing to a close. The legacy of the M43 reminds us that when facing overwhelming numerical superiorities, strategic victory belongs to those who adapt through asymmetric innovation rather than conventional mass. It proves that the most powerful weapon on Earth is useless if it cannot overcome the physical realities of the terrain it is built to protect. Looking ahead to the future of mechanized warfare, we are left with a fundamental question about the evolution of armor. Do you believe that future armor designs should completely abandon the traditional rotating turret in favor of fully unmanned hulls? Or does heavy steel still hold a purpose on the high-tech battlefield?